What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 68 of the Left Coast Leafs podcast. I'm Sean Orr, joined by my good buddy Trevor Bast. It is the Mitch fucking MArner podcast. He's signed. I don't want to wait around. Let's crack that fucking beer from Wyatt at Liquor Planet, and let's get into this one.
This is kind of a new season of the podcast.
I'm so fired up.
Are you fired up?
I am absolutely fired up. I got home from work
you're
today.
Not mad?
No, I got home from work today, fired up Twitter before hitting up the gym.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Dragger starts tweeting, "It looks like it may be close." And I was just like captivated. And I fired some text messages to you, and you were like playing tennis or something.
Yeah.
Just like totally MIA.
You broke it for me. And my brother, I looked at you both your messages at the same time.
When finally Dragger says it's done, I was just like, let's fucking go. I'm so pumped. What beer do we have here? I'm on fire right now.
We have, let's see here, Nelson Brewing.
Very
Great
nice.
town.
Yeah.
Just an awesome town. It's the Nightlights Tropical IPA.
Ooh, very nice.
I think that's going to be a really money beer. Brewed with a plethora of mouth-watering fruit-forward hops and Sauge Trois yeast. Wow.
Good job.
I nailed it.
Are you wearing a Federer shirt?
I'm wearing my Fed shirt. I was so happy when I got home. I had a little incident at work today that required a change of clothes. I'm not going to get into that. But,
okay.
So, you know what? So I was playing tennis after work, so I had a bit of a clothing incident, and I had my tennis clothes in my tennis bag. Mm-hmm. So I changed into my like gym shorts and a t-shirt, and I felt like Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction after they cleaned up the blood and all that kind of stuff.
After he blew the brains out of the guy in the backseat.
So, okay, let me ask you this.
This beer's awesome.
Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Wyatt.
You know what?
You
Any
nailed
beer
it.
would probably taste phenomenal right now, but this one, it's good.
Even one of those Hefeweizens?
No, it's an IPA.
So when you saw the teaser that said signing but no AAV,
you have to throw some props out to Dragger though. He had it.
Blind squirrel finds nut. Yeah.
Be nice.
No, he did. He scooped it because he was in the negotiations the entire time.
Just give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, he has a lot of Twitter followers, more than us, so I guess he gets some credit.
Okay.
So when he teased the deal, before the AAV, what did you think the AAV was going to be?
Well, he put 6 years out.
Yes, he put 6 years. I
said to you around 10.5. So pretty close.
Yeah, you did say that actually. You did guess 10.5. So it was 10.68.
No, 10.8.
10.8.
8 something.
Yeah.
You know what? Who cares? Who cares if it's 10.8, 10.3, 9.9, 9.2? He signed. The cap's going up. There's a new U.S. deal, TV deal coming a few years down the pipe. Gambling's now legal in the United States.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
The revenue bubble is going to pop. Not in the way that when the ESPN deal kicked in for the NBA and salaries virtually doubled overnight, but there's going to be a spike in hockey related revenue in a year or two.
There was zero chance we're getting Marner to a Nathan McKinnon type deal.
No.
Even a Mark Scheifele type deal. Not happening.
No. Like I can see where some people believe that he got a little bit dog walked on a few of these deals, Dubas, but I think if you want all the progressive benefits of having a young guy like Dubas, but I'm saying he did. I'm not saying he did. People are saying that
JT as a UFA, that's a fair deal. He turned down more money.
That's a fine deal.
Matthews is a generational talent because his ability to score goals. That's a fine deal. And you know what? Marner, who cares if it's 10.8 or 10 point whatever or 9 point whatever?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
He's signed, and we don't have to worry about it now.
But there's lots of like already things out there like
who cares?
No one's ever won a cup with 3 people over 10 and da 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 da. It doesn't matter. If we're all celebrating that we have a young progressive GM, you got to accept the things that he does new that maybe you're not comfortable with, and he's paying the high end and not paying the low end as much.
The hilarity, there's some tweets that came out that the offer that Tampa was trying to get Braden Point on with 3 years by 5.7. Good luck.
You know who?
That's gonna get real messy.
Calgary, Winnipeg, Tampa, Colorado GMs, they all just like threw up in their dinner.
Yeah.
They all just like lost their lunch, man.
But
because
this was the year though for
this is the one everyone was waiting for.
This was the year though for the young guys to take back control, because they look at the contracts that Pasternak has signed, McKinnon, and they look terrible.
Yeah. No, I tweeted this out early in the summer. Like, this is the biggest change in salary structure in NHL history that wasn't part of a CBA.
Yeah.
These players are changing it in real time.
It's cool.
And it's kind of cool.
And even with Mitch, like, you have to, like, he's part of probably one of the top 5 lines in the league with the Tavares line.
Yeah.
It's top 5's fair. I'd probably go Bergeron line number 1, McKinnon line number 2.
Yeah.
And then I would slot this line 3 to 5. You could put the Crosby somewhere.
Yeah, whoever's with Crosby.
Yeah.
But usually now it's just Crosby and some guys.
Like
even then.
Kucherov, Stamkos, like there's.
Yeah.
But it's a top 5 line. He almost had 100 points last year.
Yeah.
He's an unreal kid. Like,
he hasn't reached his peak yet.
He is. What an ambassador for the city of Toronto and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, I love he threw a tweet out. I'm not sure if you saw it, but he's just like, basically said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm playing in front of the best fans in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
and it is true that
the whole
our reactions to it on Twitter, etc., the fan base may not have been representative of what was actually going on. That's just us.
Like, the stuff that Marner put out this year, like, or summer, sorry. He bought a dog, was all about that. He is wakeboarding and he's working out. Does that guy look like he's stressed out about a contract or that he's going somewhere?
I think young people shouldn't buy dogs at that age. It's too much of a commitment.
He's already basically married, though.
He probably can pay a dog walker.
Well, yeah. In the next
Kyle Dubas.
In the next 10 months, he's making $30 million.
Yeah, it's so front loaded. Hey.
And it's
that's what the Leafs can do.
If he would have signed,
that will be a CBA change.
If he would have signed this contract on July 1st, the Leafs would have paid out like $80 million in sign, like 15 for Tavares, 15 for Matthews, 12 for whatever for Nylander, 15 for this. Like, it's nuts.
Nice to have that kind of scratch, eh? Those are things that teams like Ottawa, even Vancouver, Carolina, they can't do that.
Zero chance.
No, but. Yeah, and we forgot to mention Besser. He's going to be looking at that deal.
It changes the entire landscape.
Yeah,
and
I think they may have jammed up 4 or 5 contending teams.
I don't even know how Calgary gets it done. Like, I don't know how they get to chuck under that. They only have like $7-8 million in cap room.
Like, I think of that group, Tkachuk may be the guy that ends up making the most impact on his team.
Oh,
like,
he's a
high impact player,
well-rounded player.
Yeah,
I think for his contract, it starts with the 9.
Yeah,
you go from there.
Yeah, maybe on a short-term deal too.
I think Rantanen probably starts double digits.
Yeah,
to be honest, and where it's this whole the best part about this is Marner now gets a full training camp. And all this BS of us talking about what if or this or that, it's done.
Yeah.
We got Marner and JT. We have Matthew slotted with Willie, with probably Johnson on the side. And then from there, our third line, Kerfoot, and then you start slotting in whatever.
Kerfoot, Moore, guys like that. Velyaev, what's the guy's name? The Russian guy?
Oh, Mikhail or something?
Mikhaev.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. He's supposed to be good. Lots of people are saying good things about him. So yeah. And they get that power play sort of clicking at a consistent 22-24%, and not just heavy at the start of the year, then backing off. That's a lethal team.
So who slots in PP1 now that Kadri's out?
Oh man, like I think Barry's gonna quarterback it.
Why not Riley?
I don't know. I think that's more Barry's wheelhouse. So you might see a bit of a point drop off from Riley this year, but only because of that.
It's fine. His contract's
it's fine,
up in a
and
few
it's
years.
less ice time for him too.
Start talking about Riley's contract.
Yeah, let's not. He's gonna sign a team-friendly deal and smile all the way. You watch.
No, he's gonna get
he'll get paid, but yeah. But man, power play 1, like I tweeted out today, Matthews with a stick on the inside has to be. I don't care about Mitch's half wall, where he needs it. It's more important to have Matthews stick on the inside than have Mitch on the right have his preference on the half wall. To me, that's way more important.
JT out front.
JT in the bumper, like JT at the down low position.
Yep.
But then what do you do? Like that bumper position seems like a weird position in that power play. Kadri was very lost there last year.
Johnson.
Could be Andreas Johnson. Do you like? The question is, do you load it up?
You don't put Willie on there. You don't put Willie there.
No.
You want to have Willie for your second PP.
You know what I'd love to
shooter.
see? You know, I'd love to see a second PP. And I know that Babcock thinks far and ahead, so he probably wouldn't do this. But I like to see a 3-forward, 2D second power play with Riley Muzzin, with Muzzin with the odd bomb.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be nice to throw in that change once in a while. That'd be two completely different looks for the team to contend with.
Throwing this out here right now, Nylander will be a point-a-game player this year for the Leafs.
I fully expect that. I do. He's gonna have a big year. What people forget is like,
have you seen his Instagram post this summer?
No.
The dude is fucking ripped.
Is he?
Like he's massive.
Like
massive.
We always forget because of what happened last year that he ended his second year in the NHL.
Almost point a game.
Like those 60 some odd points.
Almost 70 points. Yeah.
And last year was what it was. And now he's a year older, a year better. He's going to go back with Matthews full time, hopefully. And I expect huge things from Willie.
I really like now. I think Willie slots in very nicely on the top line with Johnson. And then we obviously have our 1B line 2 with JT.
Yeah.
But I'm really liking now what our third line is going to look like with Kerfoot and Kapanen. I'm a big Kerfoot fan, as we've talked on here. I'd like to see who's going to win that left winger or wherever they put Kapanen. Kapanen is a left winger, so it'd be the right winger spot. Really interesting to see where they go. If they go with the Russian that Babs supposedly loves, if he works out, awesome.
Yeah. No, he's big. He's a big presence.
So he's what, 6'4" every time he wakes up?
Yeah, he's 6'5" every day. Well, typically people are a little shorter at night. So like by the time you go to bed, you may have compressed your spine maybe half an inch. So like he is taller when he wakes up. That morning games would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
But we'll take it. But so we're excited. I have no regrets about the AAV. Everything looks like a bargain later on.
I don't even care now. Like I'm past it. Whatever.
No, like I would rather take what it is than continued drama to save $500K. Honestly,
to
like
put it out,
I can't stand this crap anymore.
Huge applause though for Dubas to be able to do this by moving the Marleau contract.
That was
if Marleau doesn't get moved. We don't have Kapanen or Johnson on our team. We're not talking about this. The work that was done the last 2 weeks of June was unreal, and without that work there, we don't get to this point. The David Clarkson trade just for the bat in case of the LTIR, shrewd moves that were made here. And sure, people might want to rip on Dubas about the AAV. Who cares?
Yeah,
he has some of the best young players in the world locked up long term.
We're going to do more of a season preview, obviously, moving forward. And I have kind of an important question to ask at that during that.
So it doesn't really matter at this point.
But
the training camp just started.
But for now, season A's, it sounds like that could be happening as early as tomorrow.
Really?
I think so.
Not with Marner and JT coming to town.
Because even Babcock's teasing it.
It's going to be Matthews. Come on.
Okay, so you think it's Matthews?
It's done.
And the A's?
JT, Riley,
Marner. Yeah.
Maybe Barry.
Nah, I think if it wasn't, if there's not gonna be 4 A's, is there? I think it would be a Hyman before a Barry.
True.
You know,
I think it'll be Marner. Matthews will be the quintessential leader. I think within like the actual team though, Marner will be like the guy looked at for the quote or in the community.
Yeah.
Like so
What do you think? Do you think the Leafs leaking the 7x11 may have been the pressure point that got it done? Do you think that?
How do you know it was the Leafs that leaked it?
Well, because they had to have leaked it because everything was so tight up till then, and all of a sudden that comes out as pretty much a confirmed report. Like, well, I think that
Bob
was
McKenzie put it out.
Yeah, exactly. So that it's got to be true, and it came from somewhere, right? And it came from the source. Do you think that was the final? Because that was only 48 hours ago. Do you think that was the final pressure point, or was camp the final pressure point?
Myrtle put a great piece out this morning that basically the deadline's October 2nd. After October 2nd, you can't this physically can't pay because of how the injury
because of the prorated
how it works
stuff. Yeah.
So if you're Martin, like Dubas is like, here's our best offer. It's not changing. Come to camp. Like I think it's that simple, and Marner makes the call.
Yeah. Do you think there was a either that or a hard line by the Leafs saying, like, this is now a take it or leave it. We have to either give you this money or spend this money, because
they're not spending it on anyone.
Well, but you're sitting out the year. Like it's now or never.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna sign a bunch of 1-year deals on bit part players.
Seeing what happened to Nylander as well, how poor of a year he had, I think that probably plays a factor as well. Mm-hmm. Like he had a bad year.
Yeah.
No. And is a Nylander who's playing with Matthews, who's a top 50 forward in the league. Does he make a difference in the playoffs? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Does that put us past Boston in a 7-game series? Maybe. So.
Yeah.
At the end, you're back to the question though. It's gonna be Matthews.
Yeah. Matthews will be the captain, and the pressure point for me was people started complaining on Twitter about it and tagging Intact Insurance. I think Intact Insurance went and put some pressure on Marner.
Well,
sponsor-driven pressure.
The thing with the comments with Matthews is that Babcock says he wanted a Kawhi Leonard type leader. Yeah. Comes in, does his business, leader on the court or on the ice. Like, he's basically said the captain is Austin Matthews.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then Matthews came out today. Someone asked him, must have asked him about it, and his quote was that I just come out and I just let my talking, and that's very Kawhi, right?
Thanks, Kawhi.
Yeah. So that's I'm happy with that. What was that photo that came out of the outlined C on his jersey? Was that Photoshop? Did you see that?
You get into weird Twitter stuff. I don't go to those places on Twitter.
Oh, I go to Twitter after dark.
I know you
baby.
Do. It's odd.
Yeah. No, I create content. I've thrown out some really good polls lately.
Yeah.
Hey?
I like the question of like what Leaf paraphernalia you have. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was good. I like throwing out stuff like that because people are really proud of their
At least you're not putting tennis stuff out.
No, that was a good run though. You got to admit, like that was pretty like every genre of Twitter account was on Bianca.
Last week I was like totally checked out of like everything, and I just didn't even watch it or.
Yeah.
But happy she won.
Oh, great! I got to see her twice. I feel very fortunate that I got to see her.
How was the championship match?
Oh, she completely owned Serena, and then at 5-1 up, Serena just kind of said, "Fuck it," and just started hitting as hard as she could, and made a bit of a run on her. And most players would have wilted under that situation.
Yeah.
At 5-5, Bianca just gathered herself, hold, break, match. Yeah.
It's always interesting, like when you almost like you do like a little checkout of Twitter, which like you just like kind of lose touch with everything.
Yeah.
Like that's such a great news feed.
Yeah, it is. That's all my personal Twitter is just my news feed.
Yeah.
Like I just keep it tight. I keep it around 40 follows, and I just the people I want to just go to quickly to see what's going on.
So we have probably maybe do a podcast next week.
I'm actually I'm working on something for next week.
Okay.
Yeah. And I actually put out there today. I was thinking, like, what could we do something fun for the season?
Way on the weekend.
Okay. I got some midweek action happening.
Cool.
I was thinking, I put it out today that maybe we should have a a podcast fantasy league going for the year. And then maybe I scaled it back in my mind to maybe just like a draft or a pool, an office pool, like not an actual fantasy league, but just everyone picks 10 players, submits them through officepools.com. We'll run that league and have a little fun throughout the season with our listeners and ourselves. And it can be like you and I competing in it too, and see who picks the better team.
Okay,
be kind of fun. Have a prize at the end like we did for our playoff bracket thing.
Have the dog win it.
The dog. Yeah, I'll get my dog to pick a team in the pool. So seems to be a lot of fun happening in Newfoundland. Barn was packed today. I think our first exhibition game is Tuesday.
I'm not sure.
I think it is versus Ottawa.
One of the guys that works in our office, knows people there. It's like from out east, and he said one of his buddies slept overnight outside of the practice rink for 12 hours.
No kidding.
Just to get in. Really,
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Leaf Nation. Oh, and we got our tickets for the December 10th game yesterday too.
Make sure you don't post the fucking code online.
Yeah, my Ticketmaster login.
Just absolute.
someone just jacks my tickets. So let's pause and give some homage to this beer.
Awesome beer.
Solid beer. Once again, it's the Night Lights Tropical IPA from Nelson Brewing Company. One of the best towns in BC. Like, it really is. You've been to hockey stuff there, right?
Yep.
We went to a Pee Wee Provincials there one year. Great junior B program. Nelson Leafs. Tom Rennie went back and coached them during one of the lockouts.
Very cool.
Remember that? That was pretty funny. He's from that area. And so good beer. Thank you, Wyatt. We're going to enjoy this. Got a couple more for later if we want to keep talking about MArner off air. But I think that's about it, eh?
Yeah.
We're all good. And I'm glad it's done, man. That's just fuck this contract shit.
Go Leafs,
go. Go Leafs, go.